Dear learners, this is the another unit of the block number 2 that each talks about the contemporary political thoughts. Here I am talking about the theory of hegemony. Theory of hegemony that means is talk about the difference. Because Anatomy Gramsci theory hegemony is one of the most influential concepts in the modern political theory, cultural study, and sociology. It extends and deepens Marxist idea about the powers, ideology, and the states of focusing on the way in the explorations of Gramsci theory of hegemony. Here, talking about the definitions of the hegemony. Hegemony as a leadership, that means the cultural and ideological dominations. Hegemony in the Gramsci theory refers to cultural and ideological leadership of dominant classes over other classes. It is the process by which the ruling class worldview becomes the accepted norms or common sense that preshape a society. Consents and coercions, unlike direct dominations which rely on the force and coercions hegemony, works primarily through the consents of the subordinate classes. This consent is not merely passive acceptance, but is actively cultivated through various cultural and social institutions. Next, about the dual natures of hegemony, political society and civil society. Gramsci argued that hegemony operates within the both political states, governments, legal systems, and civil society, media, education, religion, and cultures, while political society enforce rule through the coercions, religions, and society foster consent through the disseminations of the ruling class ideology. Next, about the we talked about the role of civil society in hegemony. Civil society as a site of struggle, institutions of consent. Civil society include institutions like schools, church, the media, cultural organizations, which play a crucial role in shaping public opinions and cultural norms. These institutions help to maintain the ruling class hegemony by promoting its value and perspectives as universals and mutuals. Cultural hegemony is achieved when the dominance of ideology is too pervasive to its become common sense for the majority of the populations. This means that people accepted the social orders as legitimate and just, even if it works against their own interest. Intellectuals and hegemony, traditionals versus organic intellectuals. Gramsci distinction between the traditional intellectuals who are seen as detached from the social classes and maintain the status quo, and the organic intellectuals who emerge from the specific classes, particularly the working class, and seek to challenge the dominance hegemony. Organic intellectuals play a crucial role in articulating alternative visions and fostering counters hegemonic idea. Second is that is talk about the hegemony and the states. Integral state, that is combinations of coercions and the consents. Gramsci redefined the state as an integral state which include both the political society with its coercive apparatus like the policy and military, civil society. The state thus functions through a combinations of coercive law, force, and consent, cultures, and ideological leadership. Role in maintaining hegemony. The state is not just an instrument of direct dominations, but also a tool for manufacturing consent. It manages and integrate various social forests, ensuring that ruling class interests are perceived as aligned with the general interest of the society. Next, about the bar of positions and bar of manipulation. Strategy concept, bar of maneuvers. This refers to direct frontal attacks on the state's power, such as revolutionary upsurgings, who in society with big civil society A bar of manicure might quickly destabilize the stage. Next is called bar of positions. In contrast, the bar of positions is a more protective and a strategic struggle within the civil society. It invokes gradually building up counter hegemony power by winning over the institutions of civil society, such as media, education, and cultural institutions, and establishing alternate way of thinking. Next about that is importance of cultural struggles. Here I am talking about the cultural struggles, cultural and ideological constraints. Gramsci argued that in advanced capitalist society where civil society is well developed, a war of oppositions is crucial. The ruling class cultural hegemony must be challenged through a long-term strategy of ideological and cultural work aiming to shift the balance of power within the civil society. Next, about the counter hegemony, developing counter hegemony, oppositional forces. Counter hegemony involves the developments of alternative ideology and cultural practices that challenge the dominant hegemony. This can include new forms of art, literatures, educations, and media that offer different perspectives and value. Building a historic blocks, Gramsci suggests that a successful counter-hegemonic movement must form a historic bloc and alliances of different social forces united by a shared visions of an alternative social orders. This bloc must work to transform both political society and civil society. Next, talk about the theory of hegemony that is organics, intellectuals, and social movements. Role of the organic intellectuals from subordinated class play a crucial role in developing and dismantling counter-hegemonic idea. They help articulate the interest and the value of these classes, providing intellectuals and moral leadership. Social movements, counters hegemonic movements often emerge through the social movement that challenge the existing orders by promoting new idea that organizations collective actions. These movements can take various forms from the labor union to environmental and feminist group, each controlling to the broader struggles of the hegemony. That is the passive revolutions, concept of the passive revolutions, controlled reform, passive revolutions refer to a situations where change occur within the existing social orders that seems revolutionary but actually serve to the preserve the status quo. These changes are often introduced by the ruling class to pimp moral radicals bottom up demands for the changes transformations without revolutions. In a passive revolutions, reforms are implemented in a way that accommodates some demands of the subordinated class without altering the fundamental powers struggle. This concept illustrates how the ruling class can adapt and maintain hegemony even in the face of challenges. These are the important things. Next is that is called the Gramsci legacy and influence, impact on cultural study and critical theory. Broader influences Gramsci theory of hegemony has had a profound impact on the various fields, including cultural study, education, media study, and critical theory. His idea about the role of cultures, ideology, and intellectuals in maintaining or challenging power structures continue to be highly influential. Applications to the contemporary issue, Gramsci concepts are often applied to analyze the contemporary political and cultural phenomena, such as the role of the media in shaping public opinion and the rise of populist movement and the dynamic of the social movement. These are the important parts. Now come to the relevance to the modern politics. That is talk about the understanding of power dynamics. Gramsci theory helps to explain how power operates in the modern society, where control is often maintained not through the direct coercions but through the cultural and ideological domains. It provides a framework for understanding how consent is manufacturers and how resistance can be organized. Strategic implications for those engaged in political struggles. Gramsci's idea offers strategic insight into the how to build a counters hegemonic movements capable of challenging the prevailing social orders and creating a new one based on different value on interest. Now come to the next thing, that is the conclusions. Gramsci's theory of hegemony is a sophisticated and nonsense analysis of how power operates in society, particularly through the cultural and ideological means, by emphasizing the importance of consent, civil society, and role of intellectuals. Gramsci expands the Marxist understandings of class struggle to include not only economic but also cultures and ideological dimensions. Each idea continues to provide valuable tools for analyzing and challenging the complex way in which power is maintained and contested in modern society. These are the important part of theory of hegemony. Thank you. Thanks for listening these lectures.